live and laugh and love while you can. Grab somebody by the hand and say, we are alive. Oh, and it feels so good.
Well, hello everyone. This is Letitia Pinkatori, and we're here on Live Your Dream, It's About You. And of course, that's the song by Eric Tyler, We Are Alive. It's a perfect song for this show. Check out Eric Tyler on his Facebook, and he has gigs locally in Fresno and other places. Anyway, to give you a little summary of what the premise of the show is, it's my job and hope to promote people with businesses, nonprofits, causes, fundraisers, anything that's near and dear to their heart. You know, the title is Live Your Dream. So whatever your dream is, and I invite anyone who wants to come on to just contact me or contact Central Valley Talk, and, you know, please do. My show is Mondays from 11 a.m. until 12 p.m., and that's every Monday. And I'm so excited, just to let you know why I'm wearing this hat. I don't know if you can see it. It says Grateful, and then my USA shirt. Number one, I'm very patriotic, but also I'm very excited because I have a candidate for Tulare County Board of Supervisors with us today as my guest, and his name is Angel Galvez. And I'm so proud and honored to have him on the show so he can talk about his platform, his background, and all of that so the viewers know. Anyway, let's go to a quick commercial break, and then I'll bring on Angel. Thank you. Live your dream. It's about you.
Shining through my window, shower in, brush my teeth, put on my shoes and go. Endless opportunities just outside the door. What are you waiting for?
Welcome back to Live Your Dream, It's About You. And as I said earlier, I'm so excited and honored to have Angel Galvez here today. It's so wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Good day, folks. I'm happy to be here, and thank you for inviting me to being live here at Your Dream. It's about you.
Yes. Now, Angel, I would like for the viewers to know, like, your background, like where you grew up and all of that.
Yeah, sure. So, I'm originally from Tulare County. I was born in Tulare. My parents migrated in the late 1960s to Lindsay, California. And like most migrants from Mexico, they worked in the farms and in the packing houses. We lived for a number of years in Strathmore as well. And finally, my parents were able to acquire permanent housing through the Housing Urban Development in Woodville Lake Camp. I grew up in a community that was drug and gang infested. And I managed to graduate in 1996 from high school. And that led to an academic career that I'm glad to share with you all.
That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you. And I appreciate that. So as I mentioned, all the while I was working in seasonal jobs, working alongside of my parents in the fields, I decided to really take on an academic career. So I transferred from Porterville College to Fresno City College, and I managed to graduate with my liberal studies degree. Then later I enrolled to Fresno State University, and I received my bachelor's degree in criminology with an emphasis in victimology. And I joined.
Congratulations.
Thanks, I appreciate that. It was such a good experience that I met Dr. John Paul Dusage, who is a tenured professor at Fresno State, and he gave me an opportunity to travel with him around the world.
Wow.
And do research and development and really focus on strategies that solve global issues.
Wow.
So
that's great. And so it's my understanding that you're running for Tulare County Board of Supervisors, is that right?
That's right. Tulare County Board of Supervisors is a five district, it's broken up in 5 districts. And the district that I'm running for is District 1. District 1 represents the eastern part of Visalia. It goes into Farmersville, Lemon Cove, Three Rivers, part of the northern eastern Sierra, all the way down to Lindsay, Strathmore, which I mentioned a few minutes ago. Also Woodville. It was remapped, so now it incorporates the town that I grew up in, which I'm very happy
Wow,
about.
it's exciting.
And so that's really the geographic area that it represents. District 1 to me has been something of passion because not only do I currently live with my wife and my 3 beautiful children in Exeter, and I've been following the Board of Supervisors minutes and agendas and working alongside with many of them on solutions for our communities. So when I heard that Alan Ishida was moving on, I decided to then run for the Board of Supervisors because it represents all of that area that I grew up in.
So basically, you decided to live your dream.
Live my dream. That's what it was. I decided that I had equipped myself and I felt ready to really take on a role of a Board of Supervisor, which they, of course, deal with a lot of issues, and they deal with complex systems that are to benefit all of the Tulare County residents. So I wanted to give it a shot and think I'm prepared for it.
Well, that's great. That's wonderful. And could you maybe tell the viewers, the voters out there, what your platform is, or what you stand for, and all of that?
Yeah, absolutely. Before I answer that, allow me to say this: that when I was traveling around the world with my mentor, Dr. John Dusage, when we took on this opportunity, I received 2 accreditations in research and development. One was from a private university, Javariana, in Bogota, Colombia, and the other was from Tokiwa University in Mito, Japan. And
wow.
And that was like an experience that I'm glad that I took and that I got. When we came back, he and I partnered to put together 2 nonprofits. The first was Femicide Action Committee, which ensured equal rights to women in the workforce and in academics.
Wow.
The other was Elder Abuse Services, Inc., which ensured culturally and linguistically competent services to the elders of the community of Fresno. And this organization still exists today. I served as president for 2 years on that organization.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much for your service with that.
Well, I think that's really what I'm here to do. After that, I did lead into, I'm licensed by the California Department of Real Estate, and I'm also licensed with the National Licensed Mortgage Registry. My banking and real estate license led to like a 6-year career, all the while I was doing some of this nonprofit and social services, because that's really where my passion was. I was working in the banking industry to really learn accounting practices that were sound, and that was a great experience. I did that. I managed a multi-million-dollar portfolio for Allied Corporation, and finally, after deciding to go full-time into social services, I got married. I moved to Exeter, where I live with my wife, Loren, and my beautiful 3 children. We live on a 5-acre ranch, but I want to say that I currently work for Tulare County Health and Human Services Agency, mental health branch. And the skills and the projects that I've worked on have been all with ethnic services and community planning. And that is really what drove me to have a passion even more to be able to bring improvement onto the people of the community. And the reason why I'm running is that my philosophy and my vision is quite simple, Patty. If I may call you Patty?
Letty.
Letty, sorry.
Okay.
I apologize.
Or you can call me Letty.
Letty.
Okay.
Letty. That's easier for me to remember. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Letty, my philosophy and my vision is quite simple. As a public servant and a practicing minister, I'm here to serve people. And I'm here to serve them in an honest and fair way, treating people with dignity and respect for a brighter tomorrow. And my platform is around the health and safety of our communities, water infrastructure, because water is extremely important for the Central Valley, not only for the Central Valley, but for Tulare County as well.
Oh, yes, definitely.
And fiscal responsiveness. And so those are the 3 focus areas of what I am not proposing to do for the rest, but what I'm already doing. So that's why I'm focusing my work around those three.
Wow. Well, you have an incredible background. I had no idea that were in real estate or are still in real estate.
Well, the thing is I'm not practicing real estate. I haven't practiced real estate for about 4 years now, because as you know, you're a practicing real estate agent.
That's what I
right?
was going to say. It's a small world. But
Yes.
anyway, go ahead.
But what I want to say about that is that I think real estate is a really good area for anybody to get into. If your dream is to learn about land use and zoning, especially around the Central Valley, because we have a lot of that. We have a lot of land. And real estate gives you really the skills, and not only that, it gives you also the ethics that you need to really be making sound decisions when you're either behind a project or approving a project or representing a client who wants to buy property. You really have to understand the land use and the zoning and whether or not that really meets the needs of the buyer or the community that lives around there. So with that said, that takes a lot of work. You work a lot. It's not an easy job by any means. People think that real estate is very easy or banking is really, it's not. There's a lot of regulation and policy that you have to follow, which is good. It's a good experience. So I don't practice because I don't have time to really do my due diligence.
Right.
So if I'm just focused on where my passion is at now,
No, that
and that's
makes
being
sense.
a public servant.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. But I found it, you just never know. You know, it's a small world.
It is.
You know, I'm in the same field as you are, you know, I mean, or, you know, the real estate field.
Yes.
But as you were saying that about, you said something that made me think about, like, mentoring. I've said that before on the show. I'm big on, that's another thing we have in common, in a way. My parents were immigrants, not from Mexico, but from Italy. And both of them were, you know, they didn't have a lot of education. They were smart people, didn't have a lot of education, but they always pushed education. And I'm very patriotic. They were very patriotic, became citizens and everything. I'm very patriotic with my USA shirt. And just like you were saying, you know, and it's like, and I love being a mentor and helping people out, which is one reason why I came up with this idea with the show. I want to support people's businesses and fundraisers and causes and, you know, and people who are running, you know, on a platform like yours. I mean, with your background, I mean, seriously, and I'm not lying, it gives me goose pimples. It just really touches me because it's like, it's just, it's so refreshing to see people like you running.
Yes. Well, I appreciate the really polite comments. And that's why when I was invited to come to the show, I was eager to be here, because I think when you live your dream, sometimes you really don't know your steps ahead of you. It somehow just works out. But in the poverty and in the community, drug-infested that I grew up in, it really felt like I needed to do something positive, to really leave something for someone to say, you know, if this individual who is challenged by all of these barriers, can I then really succeed in something? And so, win or lose, I'm already winning, because I feel that I've accomplished a lot, and not only, and not to really sound like prideful or anything like that, but rather humbly I've accomplished a lot, so that people can know that, you know, it's a state of thinking, and you can definitely accomplish anything you want. It sounds like a cliche when they tell us, like movie stars and people in the spotlight, that, you know, you can do anything you want or you can accomplish anything you want. I believe that for myself, and I kept believing that, and I kept believing that. And so you can accomplish anything you want. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you will not amount to anything. Listen to the positives, be strength-based, focused, and I assure you that you will accomplish your dream.
Yes, I totally agree with that. And just to have mentors out there, and, you know, I'd be willing to be a mentor for real estate, or, you know, if people want to come on the show, like I said, and I'm sure you probably would want to mentor people too, somewhere in your time when you have time. But anyway, but still, and just being a public servant,
Yes.
You're already helping people a lot. So anyway, now we don't usually do this, but I would like to invite you to come back to our next segment after we have a commercial. Would you be willing to do that?
I would love that. Thank you for
Okay,
doing
because this
that.
is really great information. So thank you so much. So stay tuned.
Alright.
Well, hello everyone. This is Leticia Pingatore, and it's Live Your Dream. It's about you. And so we were talking with Angel Galvez, and we brought him back. He was very willing to come back for the second segment, and so we can explore more about your platform and your ideas, background, whatever you'd like for us to know. So go ahead.
Well, thank you. It's a privilege and honor to be back. I wanted to stay because I think that members of the community can benefit from these messages. And you mentioned something about mentorship, and I take that extremely seriously. It all started, as I mentioned previously, that Dr. John Paul Dusich, who became my good friend, he was my mentor. He was very instrumental in who I became. But I didn't only have him as a mentor. Previous to him, I had my Spanish high school teacher. Her name's Dr. Magdalena Sanchez. Those of you in the Tulare community may know her name. She was very instrumental in my future as well, of who I became today, because she was behind mentoring me in terms of academics and the seriousness of being able to pursue academics. And so I tell people that if you don't have a mentor, definitely get a mentor. Have a mentor, because mentors like Letty and mentors like those who mentored me have really lived long enough to know how to really navigate the system, how to network, how to connect, how to really follow your dream in the right path, because they've done it. They've
to
succeeded.
empower people, right?
Right.
Exactly.
And so I always tell people that if you don't have a mentor or you don't have a minister over you, then you've really cut the person that can edit your life. And if a person is going to be for the betterment of yourself and empower you, they're not going to edit your life in the bad way. They're going to edit your life in a very good, positive way, like they did for me. So I'm very thankful for that. You mentioned the question about, was it my platform, or a little bit about the nonprofits? Is that right?
Right. What I was going to say was, like I said earlier, the show is I'm here to support people's nonprofits, businesses, etc. And you mentioned those two nonprofits, and both of those are near and dear to my heart as well. Being a woman,
Yes.
and I've always, I've just in general, I mean, it's women's issues, elder issues,
Yes.
veterans issues, animal issues. All of those are things that really are extra near and dear to my heart.
Yes.
So what I was going to say was that the two nonprofits, if they are still existing, it sounds like they are, if they want to come on my show, please tell them to contact me.
Okay, I will let them know. And as you mentioned, these two nonprofits were a great experience for me, because I got to really get into development, understand bylaws, and collaborate and work with an inclusive approach with teams and teamwork, and how important that was to really ensure that these nonprofits were viable and sustainable. And so I will talk to them, and I'll ask them if they would love to do that. I know I would, to bring them onto the show and talk a little bit about the leadership that took place there and how they're doing now. I know that Elder Abuse Services, Inc. has really done a lot of good for elders in the community of Fresno. I would love to see maybe that in Tulare. We definitely have a really nice, we have very nice county systems that solve elder abuse services, but I don't know of any nonprofits, so that would be nice.
Right, because I know the DA's office gets involved with
Yes.
that in Tulare County. I know somebody I used to work with, actually, at the DA's office, she's involved with that, like the victim witness part of it and
Yes.
all of that. So,
Yes.
yeah, but I know what you're saying. In terms of a nonprofit, that would be great.
Absolutely. I mentioned, too, you mentioned the DA's office and kind of how they work. with those sectors of our community. And part of my criminology degree was really to give me sort of the theoretical approaches to how to solve issues in the local level. And I wanted to mention too, and I failed to mention that after all of this, I enrolled at Fresno Pacific University, and I got a blended program with Christian theology and mastered with honors in organizational leadership.
Wow,
So
congratulations.
Thank you. And so I wanted to continue that passion for academics, but now, I do have children. I do plan to someday maybe go back and do a, either a degree in political science or economics, something along those lines, a PhD, I should say, in those lines. But not now. I really want to focus my time now serving the people of my community for a very long time. And I have 3 beautiful young children, so there's no way that I'm going to do that right now during their lifespan. So maybe once when they grow up and they get older, and my wife and I are single again, I guess you could say, maybe I would take on that endeavor. But you mentioned the DA's office, and I currently work for Tulare County Health and Human Services Agency, Mental Health Branch. And I work with overarching goals that include all of the different leadership from the Sheriff's Department to the District Attorney's Office, because Tulare County really works together with Tulare County entities. And so we use a collaborative approach, and that has given me really some really neat skills to learn how to work well with others in the county system. And so I kind of bring that to the table because I think it's important when leaders are running for an office that that leaders know that they can count on working well with those individuals who fill those seats. So that said, I think hopefully it works out.
No, that makes a lot of sense, and that's really good because it's all teamwork, or just kind of obviously working with other agencies or departments or whatever to make it work. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
That really does. And let me see. Was there anything else? Did you want to talk specifically about your platform? I know we did talk about that. I don't know if there was anything else you wanted to add or anything like that.
Yeah, sure. One of the things that I've been doing already, not necessarily what I propose to do, is serving people as a public servant. And one of the things that I focused a lot of my work on was the health and safety of our communities. In recent ride-alongs with the local police departments, I learned that many of the 911 calls that they were responding to involved suicide calls, involved mental health crises. Those were among 90% of the calls that we responded to. And I did the ride-alongs because I wanted to get a fresh lens as to really, when we talk about the health and safety of our communities, what is really going on? So I took it upon myself to do this, and being that I work already with the mental health branch, I really have a good understanding of what the communities need, what the health needs are in our community, not only from mental health, but also extending services like the Affordable Care Act. In the community events that we do, we leverage those resources so that people can receive the services necessary to them where they're at. So we meet people where they're at. And that's really the philosophy that I hope to bring, is that I am not here to serve, I am not here to be served, I am here to serve people where they're at. And so that model, those models that I've been applying in the work that I do have worked really well. And so that's part of that health and safety of our communities, is to really ensure that these solutions that we bring are equitable to the people in those communities. The water infrastructure, there's a really neat project. When you think of leadership, think of innovative and creative leaders. Because if we get trapped in old business, we'll never get out of there. We'll continue to have problems like we're having till this day. And it's unfortunate. And that's another reason why I decided to run, because I wanted to see change, and I wanted to see change happen now. And I don't see that. So my passion is to lead that change that I've already been leading in the communities where I live and work. And the water infrastructure is a very simple, innovative, creative project. It's water storage. I proposed, and I published this article through the Valley Voice, and you can pull it up there if you want to read it. It's called the Tulare County Beaver Reservoir Project. This year is a great example of how we can trap water that is coming down from the Sierra, and it's the snow melt. We had a very heavy storm, but these storms don't happen frequently. They're maybe once every 5 years. And so all of this snow melt is going to leave the valley. We cannot store it, or we cannot trap it, because our dams are not sufficient to sustain all of that water. So we have to release it. My reservoir project is very simple. We do an environmentally friendly storage using the dead wood that's already up there, and we store and trap this water for the consumption of ag, urban, everything. Economic development, if we talk about economic development, all economic developments that are large in scale use a lot of water. Mm-hmm. So this water reservoir project is a very simple solution, very efficient, cost-efficient solution that will solve our problems for hundreds of years. So we got to think long-term, not short-term.
Yes,
and
definitely.
So that's really what the focus of my platform stands on.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, anybody who worries about water, which is most of us in the Central Valley, well, California in general, but we're talking about Central Valley, vote for him.
So my hope, and when you say vote for him, I think that my approach is not necessarily I'm the more qualified, or I'm the one who promises, or I'm the better fit. No. I always say, do your homework, research every individual, find out about them, learn from them, ask them questions, call them up. Feel free to call me up. My phone number is 559-909-2286. And ask me the difficult questions. Talk to me about ethics and moral standards. Talk to me about the things that a leader should have a regard for. And make an informed decision, because I do my homework, I do my research. I don't vote on things just off the fly. I want to be very informed so that I feel that my vote counts. And that's how I make decisions. I hope that that's how you make decisions. And if you do, and you're concerned if you're an individual concerned for the health and safety of our communities, water infrastructure, or fiscal responsiveness, then join me and let's lead change together.
That sounds great. That just sounds wonderful. I wish you were running for president. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I hope to stay in Tulare County.
I know, but I'm just saying because some of our candidates, I won't mention any names, but
yeah. And that's an interesting point. We'll maybe conclude with that.
Okay.
Is that you mentioned something very important. Some people use political platforms or political offices as a stepping stone to move on to something else. Mm-hmm. I've been asked the question before, and I would like for people to know that I am not looking for that. I was not living in Tulare County until after I finished everything that I wanted to finish. And then I told myself, if I'm going to give back to a community, which will it be? Because as you know, if you're educated, you get a lot of offers. You don't have to stick around. It's pretty open throughout the Central Valley, all the way from north to south. But I decided to come back to give back to those that gave to me, and that is Tulare County. So my point being is that I'm not using this as a stepping stone to move on anywhere. I hope that if the voters vote me in and elect me, and they continue to see progress and improvement, that they keep me there for as long as they want. I will be serving them for as long as they want. So I just wanted to point that out, because sometimes people do end up using it for a short period of time, and they try to move on to something else.
Right.
And I'm not going to do that.
And I was going to say, I hope I didn't sound like that's what I was trying to say. I was just saying, because some of the candidates out there, it's like you're very refreshing candidate with, very well qualified, very well rounded, and what makes it even better is your attitude and your willingness to serve and your humbleness. I mean,
you.
that really means a lot.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm just going to say I'm just very honored that you.
Well, thank you.
You were here on the show, and I'm very honored to. So basically, I guess I could say, vote for Angel Galvez. If they have to be in your district, correct?
Yes, they do. They have to be in any of those areas that I mentioned earlier in the show in order for them to vote. But if you see Angel Galvez on your ballot, then you know that you can vote for Angel Galvez. And so I'd really much appreciate that if I had your vote.
And I see on the screen the spelling of your name and your phone number is on, but do you want to just say it just one more time, just in case?
Yeah, absolutely. So Angel Galvez, the spelling of that is Angel Galvez, as it is on your screen. And my phone number is 559-909-2286. I'd love to hear from you and listen to what concerns and issues you are facing in your community.
Well, thank you again, and good
My
luck
pleasure.
to you.
Thank you very much. It was a blessing to be here on this show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to cut to a quick commercial, and then we'll be right back.
Waiting for go out and explore. We're not here forever. So live and laugh and love while you can.
Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back to Live Your Dream. It's about you. And I am so excited today to introduce, this is John Montez, and this is Eric Montez, and they're both Keller Williams agent, and they're from my, actually we work together in the same office. So I'm very proud to bring them on, and I would like to have them just maybe give a little brief introduction about themselves, or does that sound great?
Sure. Thank you for having us, Lisa.
You're very welcome.
My name is John Montes, and I work with Keller Williams out in Visalia and Tulare. And, we are basically real estate agents, and we're here to help the community buy or sell their property.
And my name is Eric Montes, and I'm working alongside with John Montes. And we're both working as in a team way. And we're here to help anybody with their real estate needs.
Okay, and so could you tell us what areas you cover?
Yes, we cover the Tulare and Visalia areas. That's where we operate. But we do have branch offices in Porterville and in Hanford.
Okay, that's great. And then what does your team stand for?
Well, we stand for two things. We stand for family, and we stand for community. And the reason we stand for family is because our clients, we treat them, we're both brothers, so our clients, we like to treat them like they're part of our family. And they feel that right away. Definitely if they call us at any time. I get a call from a client at 11 p.m., just like if I was getting a call from a family member, we will be there for them. We answer the phone. And community, because from childhood, ever since we were little kids, we would watch our dad, who was an investor out in the LA area. We would watch him invest, and we got to see what he had to go through to get some of these transactions closed and to make the real estate business work for him. And so we gain a lot of experience from that, and we want to use that knowledge and that experience to help people achieve their biggest investments.
That's great. So LA area, okay. I'm from
Yes.
Southern California myself. I grew up in LA too.
Nice.
What area?
From Long Beach, California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
From Long Beach.
All right.
Yeah, and so we also do some investing. So we've done investing, and at one point we were like, well, let's get our license. Let's help other people, because we know how stressful it can be for families out there. They have their regular jobs, they have their regular work, and it can be a little stressful for them.
Oh yeah, definitely. And so you kind of what would you suggest for people who are looking to buy or sell a home? Do you have any suggestions?
Well, right now it's a perfect time for them to buy. The market's kind of neutral, so it's a perfect time to buy because of low interest rates, and also because there's great prices. So the market has not peaked. There's good prices out there for buyers, but it's also a good time to sell. Why? Because it's a low inventory, so at the same time, the sellers will get top dollar for their properties. So it's kind of a neutral market here, and that's a perfect way to put it. Yeah.
Okay, great. Also, I'm very excited to hear about your the Montez Brothers Scholarship Program. Could you tell us about that?
Sure.
Yes,
Sure.
absolutely. We have a scholarship program that basically if anybody buys or sells with us, we offer up to $1,000 to a student of their choice, so they can use for textbooks or whatever they might need $1,000 for.
Oh, wow, that's
just
great.
a way for us to give back.
We're big believers in education as an investment back into our communities. So instead of taking $1,000 and putting it back into our own advertisement, we'd rather take $1,000 and invest it back into the community in a way that benefits them.
Oh, that's great. That's a great idea. I love that.
Yeah.
And it's my understanding that you have a listing in Alpa. Robert, do you have that on the screen, or can you get it to us soon? Or well, while he's doing that, we'll just continue to talk.
Sure.
Okay, was there anything else that you kind of wanted to tell us, maybe about listings you have, or different services, or anything that you want the viewers to see that makes you different, standing out?
We do have lots of different services. We provide real estate consulting for free. So if anybody just has general questions, we will do that for free at any time. We also help buyers who don't have a Social Security, so we help them using their ITIN numbers. We help them achieve a loan and actually obtain a home. So they can always give us a call. We're bilingual, and we're just here to help.
Okay, no, I'm just looking to see, Robert, did you find the, no, not yet? Okay. All right, anyway, you know what, maybe why don't you, I guess we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, so do you want to just, tell us about the one on 4349 Avenue 50 in Alpa?
Sure. We have a beautiful 20-acre ranch out in Alpa for sale. The ranch is 20 fully fenced acres. It has horse stalls, cattle arena, hay barn, and it has a huge custom-built shop, insulated. And it also has district irrigation water. So for anybody looking to, start their own crops and start a business off there, they have unlimited access to district water.
Okay, great. And could you tell us what it's listed for, or?
Yes, it's listed at $450,000, but there's room for negotiation there on that price.
Okay. And now, if somebody's interested in that property or just interested in contacting you, what are the best numbers they can reach you at?
Well, they can reach me either at my cell at 559-467-0850. Or they can reach my brother at his cell, which is 559-759-7758.
And since you work as a team, it really wouldn't matter which one of you that they would contact, right?
No, not at all.
Okay.
We work as a team, so we both communicate with each other. If he answers the phone, we know what's going on with our clients.
Yes, all the time. And we work as a team, but it's a little bit different because we try to promote our image as being two brothers, just like the Property Brothers that you guys see on TV. We work in that way, but in Tulare County. And basically, so when the clients first meet us, they meet both of us. And when we hand them the keys, they're going to see both of us. So we work together as brothers because we promote family, we promote community, we promote trust, and the highest level of service.
That's great. It's just really wonderful. Well, was there anything else you'd like to add before we close, or anything? I mean, I know we've covered a lot, but if there's anything at all that maybe I didn't ask or you wanted to cover?
I just wanted to talk a little bit about why you should, pick the Montes brothers and stuff like that.
Okay.
The reason why is because ever since we were kids, we were working with, alongside my father, and he was an investor. When we started in this business, we noticed that a lot of people get stressed out when they're purchasing their first home, and it's it's normal, it's natural. So we like to operate in a way that makes the transaction go a lot smoother and a lot more stress free for the client. So that way he can focus on the big thing, which is the purchase of their first home, or selling their home quickly and efficiently if they're selling.
Okay, so I know the information is on the screen, but just to make sure, if you two can say your numbers again, it would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. My cell phone number is 559-467-0850. And my brother's
My cell phone is 559-759-7758. And you can call either one of us at any time with your real estate needs.
And again, this one's John, and that one's Eric. Thank you so much. I really appreciate
Thank you.
you
It was
being on
great.
the show.
Thank you for having us here.
And I look forward to seeing you at the office.
Same here.
We're gonna Well, hi everyone. Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here on my show, Live Your Dream. It's about you. I am so excited to introduce my first guest. Her name is Beth Flint, and she's with Damsel in Defense.
That's correct.
And here she is. It's great to meet you and have you here. She drove all the way from Visalia, and I'm so honored for you to be here. And if you could just tell us about yourself, about your business.
Okay. Well, I'm a retired teacher. I taught kindergarten and first grade for 23 years. And I wanted to come out of teaching loving it as much the last day that I taught as the first day I started. And so after 23 years, I decided this would be the time for me to stop. And stayed home a little while, and then my husband also has a business, and so I was active in that. And after that, I just kind of picked up with Damsel in Defense, and here I am.
Well, that's great. That's a great story. And thank you so much for being of service with teaching. That's a very honorable profession.
Thank you.
So how would you like to proceed? Do you want to tell us
Okay.
about the different products
Yes.
or whatever you want to do?
Let's talk first a little bit about the company. Damsel in Defense is a home party kind of thing. You will find us at events. It was started about 4 years ago by two young ladies who were in the park with their own children and did not feel comfortable. They felt a little bit threatened, and they realized that they did not have anything to protect themselves as they were sitting there watching their kids play. And so what they decided between them was, they should go down that avenue, and that's kind of how the company started. They just started thinking and brainstorming, and today they're a great company. They're growing immensely, and I love the products, so that's why I do it. I think we all deserve to be safe, and this is a company that's about keeping women and children safer in today's living, and so here I am.
That sounds like a great company, and I can really tell that you're passionate about it. That's wonderful. So do you want to give us some
Okay.
ideas about some of your products?
Sure, yeah. Some of the most popular products that we have are the pepper sprays and the stun guns. And so I will share those this morning. The most popular stun gun that we have is called the Get-A-Grip. And the Get-A-Grip was built with the intentions of women. And it kind of has an ergonomical grip. And so one of the nice features of the Get-A-Grips and all of their stun guns is the feature that we have, and it's called the disable pin. And what that pin does is if you are in a struggle and someone tries to take it from you, they will immediately, if they grab it, disables the stun gun. So they can't use it against you.
Wow, that's great.
So that's a great, great feature. This one has a built-in charger, so if you're like me, I never can find my charger when I need to charge my telephone. And so this is a nice, you plug it into the wall to charge it, 8 hours, and it's ready to go for probably a month or so.
Wow, that's
So-
great.
So for this to work, you actually have to have the pin in it, and you put the pin in, and it's a great flashlight. And I don't know if you can see at home, but it's like super bright. It's an LED flashlight first, and we encourage women to carry it in your hand and use it as a flashlight, so that if you are in a situation that you're going to need it, you're already comfortable carrying it. And the next button up engages the little red light comes on, and that will engage the stun portion of the gun. And so you're ready. Are you ready?
You're not going to stun me with it, are you?
I'm going to make a stunning sound, though. So here we go.
Wow.
That's your stun gun, yes. It's 7.5 million volts of electricity, but it's also about 5 milliamps. and the milliamps are what actually matter. The let's see, what can I tell you about it? You must make body contact for it to work, and so you can see it has the metal here, and this is where your actual body contact comes in. This will go through fabric, and it will go through denim, and so you don't have to actually
Wow.
touch their skin, but you do have to make the body contact with it. So,
Wow, that's
yes.
great. Do you have to have a special license or certificate to get these?
No,
Okay.
no, you do not. You have to be 18 years old to legally purchase a stun gun in California. Different
Okay.
states have different regulations, but this, that's our law in California.
So there's no special training or anything that you have to go through the police department or anything like that? You just-
No,
If you're
no.
18, you can buy it?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, and they come in pretty colors. We're
Yay.
thinking about styling when we're going to take somebody down, right? So they come in pink, they come in purple, blue. This is a cobalt blue. It's a beautiful blue. And so, yeah, they come in pretty colors. And in May, you'll be able to get it in teal. It's a really pretty. So,
Wow.
I'm excited.
I'm
That's-
excited too.
Yeah, that's one of the favorite stun guns that we have. And they're affordable. All of Damsel in Defense's products are very affordable. Our pepper sprays, I'll talk to you about those in a minute, they start at $10. So, that's
Wow.
less than lunch, right?
That's a deal.
It is a deal.
And I mean, and for
Yeah.
safety and protection, my
Mm-hmm.
God.
Now, another thing that's nice about Damsel in Defense products is the fact that they all have a lifetime warranty, and the company has gone so far now to say that if you are using their products and you do not, and you have like an altercation or something happens, excuse me, and there is a police report written, they will, at no charge to you with that police report, replace your product that you've lost. So they stand behind their products 100%. So that to me means a lot.
Oh, that's amazing. That's a great company.
So,
That's wonderful. Yeah, because somebody could be worried about that. Like, well, what happens if it doesn't work right, or if it gets lost, or
Right.
or somebody or a perpetrator takes it, or
yes, and sometimes like
Wow.
if you have a problem, they keep it. They keep the things, as evidence. So,
Oh, that
there
makes
are
sense.
ways that you could lose it without, actually being attacked. But our goal is to keep women from being attacked. We would like to prevent that, and so we're about prevention. And one of the this is a really nice one of our stun guns. We have 3, and this one is called Striking Distance. And I'm going to put the pin in it. You want to have the pin in it. You can see that it's much larger. This one also comes in a pretty pink, and so it's the same thing. It's a flashlight first, and you can see it's a really bright LED flashlight.
Wow.
And then one more up, and it's got a little rocker. Here we go. We're gonna
Wow.
same voltage, same milliamps, and everything. The nice thing about this, a lot of people that walk like to use this particular one, and it has the strip on the side, so you have more of the ability to come in contact with someone without having to do a straight dead-on touch. Because like I said, you do have to make contact with the person.
So you could actually like hit them like sideways, and just
Right.
as long as that strip is touching them.
Right.
Okay.
But you know what we like to tell people is that we want you to make the sound of it and say, I have a stun gun and I will use it. And generally speaking, that when you do that, then they're going to leave you alone. If they're looking for a soft touch, somebody they can take advantage of, and if they know that you are willing to take on the battle, they're probably most likely going to look for someone else. So.
You know, that makes a lot of sense, because I know I've heard from, the police and other articles and things that I've read, that a lot of times they look for people that are distracted, or people that don't show a sense of confidence, and you figure, if you're holding one of those, even if you're not displaying it, just the fact that you know that you have it on you, that already makes you feel kind of confident. And so you take on a posture where somebody may say, oh, well, I'm not going to deal with her. And then, of course, if they try to, and then they hear that sound,
Right.
it'd be enough. It made me almost jump out of my seat.
Exactly,
so.
exactly.
And you didn't even touch me with it.
And I wouldn't do that.
I know. But, yeah, so that's great. Do you have other products to show us?
I do.
Okay.
I'll show you the pepper sprays. We have a couple of kinds of pepper sprays, and the first 2 I'm going to show you are, this one is called the Hardcore. It's just a hard plastic cover. And then this one is Pouch of Pepper. And the pepper spray actually comes in this cute little pouch, and you can put it on your keychain. I happen to have it on something called Breakaway, and I don't know if you can tell, but it has a little piece right here that you can, there's another section for your purse. And so you can actually just pop this onto your purse, and if you needed it in an emergency situation, you can just grab it real quick and it snaps off. And then when you're finished, you can pop it back on. So that's, I use this for my car keys too, so I don't lose them all the time. So,
Wow,
but you
that's
can
great.
choose what you use it for. The pepper sprays are the hottest, one of the hottest pepper sprays on the market, and they are
CentralValleyTalk.com